All right, welcome and good evening. It's February 18th, 2026, 7:30 p.m. City Council meeting, Sunbury, Ohio. Please join me in a moment of silent prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor St. John,
Here.
Mr. Capel.
Here.
Mrs. Cooper. Here. Mrs. Crawford. Mr. Ghost is absent. Mr. Grumney.
Here.
Mr. Long.
Here.
6 present. We have quorum.
We have a meeting on February 4th, looking for a motion to approve the minutes. Motion. A motion by Mr. Grumney.
Second.
Second by Mr. Capel. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Grumney.
Yes.
Mr. Capel.
Yes.
Mayor St. John.
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper. Yes. Mrs. Crawford. Yes. Mr. Long.
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
On to visitors section. Are there any visitors that wish to speak with City Council? All right, we're on to the committee reports. Mrs. Crawford. Any committee reports? Mrs. Cooper?
Yes, we had an events and commemoration meeting yesterday, and most of the meeting consisted of a visitor named Mr. Pratt, and he is looking to organize a marathon, a legit marathon. And it would start in the city of Sunbury near J.R. Smith, and it would go up Cherry Street to the Ohio Erie Trail, and then it would go outside of Sunbury, and then it would go however many miles, loop around and come back through Sunbury. So he was asking for some tents on the square. That's where their hub would be, on the square. They weren't asking for approval. This has not been totally vetted and approved by our emergency services. But the marathon isn't scheduled until September. So it was really nice that he's getting going on this, and including preservation parks and all the counties and municipalities that are going to be in the wake of this marathon. But it sounds like a really neat thing. He lives in Cardington, works in the city of Sunbury, and is just looking to get people together, involved, and raise some money that they're going to donate to charity. So it seems cool. We'll see how it goes with they're still working with police, fire, EMS, all kinds of stuff, but
That's great.
yeah, it was nice to hear.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Capel?
Nothing tonight.
Mr. Grundy?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. We had a very productive and efficient finance meeting this evening. We had discussion about our quarterly investment review, and specifically we talked about our insurance renewal for property and casualty insurance. It did go up like all insurances do. We did add some value to the policy as far as assets within the city, but really it appears to be more for just natural increase in overall insurance across the country. So we also talked about a new idea for the city of Sunbury, which is a community fund, which Daryl presented on, which is currently run through Delaware County Foundation, and Sunbury is entertaining the idea of creating a fund for donations for various entities or things such as the Hero Memorial, where the Delaware County Foundation would manage that for us. There's still a lot of homework to be done on that, but it's a great opportunity to have essentially a savings fund for donations and to be used for what the donor chooses it for, and it gives a nice tax benefit for that donor. So again, a nice program and something that looks like it would benefit our residents and the city significantly. So more on that to come. And then we talked about our year-to-date comparison reports, did a thorough review of our expenses and revenue, and then just our other bank-to-book reconciliations and typical finance stuff. So it was a good meeting.
Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Long?
Nothing for me.
Or just a pre-read, we do have a zoning meeting on Monday, and I believe there's a conditional use application, and the other one is a rezoning for the industrial park. So it's slated for limited industrial use. That is on Monday. All right, and then we are on to the city manager's report. Mr. Hennessy.
All right, so the bulk of the report is going to be the presentations from our police officers. For those who are new to council, we did have a presentation last year from the various divisions within the police department because we don't always hear from them through the committee process like you'll hear about some of the other city services. So again, we'll be hearing from some of the officers here in just a moment. But just a couple of other quick points. One is thank you to the residents who showed up for the Joint Recreation District community meeting. We had about 75 people there. Next steps people should expect to see in probably early March will be a second community survey. It'll show various sort of configurations of what a community center might look like. It'll start to get some feedback on the proposed programming that would occur within it, just to add to our knowledge about that. And then the planning committee or the consultant is working on putting together some preliminary cost estimates, a final report on the feasibility and site location criteria that'll be presented to the JRD in April. So a lot will be happening here in the next couple of months as it relates to the JRD. And then the other thing I would point out here is Cheshire Ditch. We've been talking about this for a while. So the lining is going to happen next month. I think we'd originally anticipated it would happen maybe a little bit earlier in this year, but with the weather delayed it a few months. But there we'll start to see some activity around that as the contractor is out doing some work in that area. So stay tuned for that. So, and then the final just quick point is, I think the next time we meet as a council, I think the lower level of the municipal building, I think the renovations will be complete. They are doing the walkthrough now. And we anticipate maybe moving furniture in, furniture that we've got stored elsewhere at the end of this month and start to transition staff down there in early March. So we'll invite you for a tour.
Excellent.
Next time you're in the building. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the deputy chief to do some introductions.
Evening, Mayor, Council. So you always hear from the chief or I. So last year we obviously did the divisions and everybody was together. There was some questions and we decided this year to break it down a little bit. And who you're about to hear from is our SRO program, which is Officer Whiteside that does the middle school and Bewee Elementary, and Officer Belcher who takes care of the intermediate school as well as GRE. And then the drone program, which they're out on patrol right now and on their way up to fill in behind these two. And also Maya also works in our drone program as well. So she can also allude to some of the things there. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to our SROs.
Did you guys use artificial intelligence to make that?
Well, Officer Newsom did, and we just stole the photos from her.
Those are cool.
They're good.
They are good.
All righty, good evening, council, mayor. I'm Officer Whiteside. This is Officer Belcher. We have the school split up with two of us are assigned each school. Officer Belcher's primary school is Big Walnut Intermediate. My primary school is Big Walnut Middle School. I'm going to go over some things with you for the Big Walnut Elementary and Big Walnut Middle School. Right now, we currently have 289 staff members 289 students at Big Walnut Elementary with 50 staff members. This year, I have taught Halloween safety for all of the elementary school kids. A little of what we do is build relationships with staff and students. We do building safety checks. We recommend different safety features to the schools to help enhance the safety. We do all of our safety drills, which are our ALICE drills. We do those each month. Calls for service inside for the elementary is I've assisted with placements of the new security cameras for the school. A little bit of counseling, talking with some students if they have some issues going on when assisting the counselors, and doing well-being checks when the school tries to make contact with their parents and they don't hear back from them and the student hasn't been there in several days. Other things that I participate in, I've hung out with the kids at recess. I go to lunch and help them open up their milk and sit there and eat lunch with them. Gym time,
fun to see the elementary school kids in the gym. Circle time, story time. I've been in the music class several times and do a lot of the in-school events, and I've actually done a couple after-school activity events that sometimes hosted on weekends. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Officer Belcher for General Rosecrans.
Hi, good evening. So my school, like you said, is the General Rosecrans Elementary, GRE, so we call it. Currently I serve 323 students, and a large part of my time, sure that's all that. So a large part of my time is spent building those strong relationships with the students and staff. We have the monthly safety drills, and then after that, we typically do a safety review for the building. I taught the Halloween safety, General Rosecrans is K through 3, so at that school it's only up to the 3rd grade. My call for service at GRE have included well-being checks, just like Officer Whiteside said. Threats and harassment have also been some of them. And then we help resolve student conflicts using de-escalation approaches. My next school is Big Walnut Intermediate School, so that's grades 4 and 5. I currently serve 657 students there. Again, a large part of my day is spent building those positive relationships with students and staff. We assist in those monthly safety drills, and then again go over that building safety of how we can make the doors safer, how we can do it better. The 4th graders were taught Halloween safety. And here in the near future, I will be teaching the 5th graders personal safety as well as internet safety. In both schools, I again help connect those families to needed resources, whether that's counseling services, just like Officer Whiteside said, community programs, or any other support systems that students or their families might need. My calls for service at BWI include unruly juveniles, because again, we're at 4th and 5th grade, so not many unrulies at the elementary level. Well-being checks, threats and harassment calls, and again, helping resolve conflict with de-escalation that we've both been trained with. And my call volume is pretty low right now in the schools, which is a good thing. But we're like my main big cases or reports that we take. My call volume is right around 44. You know, it's a little bit higher since his range is a little bit higher with students. So with that, I'll give it back to you.
Perfect. I've also seen Officer Belcher help with like logistics and things like that. I mean, with school buses and traffic and
Yeah.
walkers, and I mean, I wouldn't sell your services short that just because you have low call volume. I mean, you're making an impact like all over the place. So
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for that.
All right, for the
Yeah,
middle.
Justin, and so if you weren't following the slide, there was a version 1.0 and a 2.0.
Right.
It looks like 1.0 got sent to Alyssa and 2.0 didn't, so make sure you get it updated.
Also pretty impressed with Officer Belcher. She was able to rattle off all the stats and
Right, on to the middle school. The middle school currently has 1,042 students, 131 staff members. Again, just like the elementary school, do our building safety, our safety drills, and build relationship with staff and students. Calls for service, I'm up to about 126 documented right now. Some of those consist of unruly students, meetings involving students with discipline, open doors. Normally I walk around constantly, especially in the morning, make sure all the doors are shut after the kids are dropped off. A lot of traffic details with managing the traffic, car lines after school and in the beginning school. Sometimes we have suspicious people in vehicles in the parking lot. So if we don't know who they are, I'll go out there and try to identify them to see what they're doing here at the school. We've had some thefts that have occurred in the cafeteria, threats and harassments, some medic calls. I was part of help developing the middle school safety team. So that consists of what can we do to make the middle school more secure. I taught wellness, the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders for one of their electives. I completed digital citizenship to all sixth graders. I actually just taught seventh grade yesterday. I am scheduled in March to teach it to the eighth graders. Big shout out to the city engineer and service department. Worked with them for traffic improvements. I know we were able to remove one of the signs over on Boffman Street that were causing issues with cars coming in and cars coming out. Things I participated in is gym, art, language arts, science, math, and more out of school activities there. So that's all I have for the middle school. Officer Belcher and I are part of the district safety team, so we get to meet with, it's about once a month, we get to meet with a lot of the staff from central office, principals from each school, and counselors. The district safety team consists of Deputy Snyder. He works for the Delaware County Sheriff's Office, the administrator's counselor, and other employees. This year I actually got to be a part of another safety team inside of the district safety team. We just started doing that, so I don't have a lot of detail right now for that, but I will for the next meeting for next year. We'll talk about the benefits and challenges and goals.
So a couple challenges that we, we'll go through benefits first. We are the liaison between the school and PD, so which really helps out. So our chief doesn't have to receive phone calls from our superintendent. So we're kind of in between for that. We learn what goes on the everyday school setting. We're there for the staff and the students when needed. Like I said, we do provide resources that are in our community, and then just any type of juvenile court resources, so that way kids don't have to go to court and be charged. We just, we just definitely are there for the staff, more so for the helping and whatever we can do to make it easy for these families. The challenges that we face are every now and then there's not enough time in our days to get everything completed. We have communication between two agencies within the same school district, so that's with our sheriff's office and with us, since we do have deputies from Delaware County within our school district. Just a little bit of communication that might, we might not be communicating enough with each other, but just a challenge, but we make it through, especially with those district safety meetings that we have. Those monthly meetings definitely help. But that's all we have.
Does anybody have any questions for us?
Any questions for our excellent SRO team?
Appreciate the hard work. That's awesome.
Really proud of this team. I mean, a couple of years ago, we didn't have any SROs in the school. And to think that we have like the best SROs in the school now is quite a testament to your work. Yeah, thanks for going in there. I think the coolest thing is just that gets kids comfortable around law enforcement. I mean, that's very apparent when I see the kids being dropped off in the morning and given high fives and things like that. It's a stigma, and I'm so glad that we're able to help bridge that gap.
I have one question, just out of curiosity. Do you see a lot of instances of bullying in the schools?
Yes.
It's there.
It's
there.
Try to nip the bud right away.
Yeah.
See it, so.
Okay.
By our administration team rather quickly about it, so.
Okay.
And there are really times when I think that he could agree, that we've created a bond with quite a few students, and those students actually feel comfortable with coming to us rather than the counselor. I mean, I'm sure that you like that's happened. And then from there, obviously we would then involve our counselor, but there's a lot of students that do come to us and express some concerns.
Thank you.
From an agency as a whole, with having the positive interaction between the SROs and the students, it has been an opportunity for the police department to plus up and be able to, as they said, build rapport with these students. I mean, when you're dealing with the students outside the school and you have a missing kid and you need contact information and you need it in an emergency, these are the people and resources we can turn to. It's not only the asset of building rapport, but it's also saving lives and it's efficiency. So at its finest. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I appreciate Officer Whiteside calling out the work of the engineer and the service department team, but I really think that's another thing that's been improving here in the last year or so is really sharing with our engineer and that team kind of the needs of the school district in a way that maybe we haven't really understood as well. So yeah, I really appreciate that. There's a lot of work to be done, but I think we've made some improvements around our schools that that made them a little safer.
Summer, heading to school, and everything, so I think it's in the process, so
Yeah.
it's been great work.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the kind of stuff that, yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't happen immediately, it starts to get on the list to plan to be doing it sometime in the future. So yeah, again, appreciate what you're doing there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go too far, Maya. So next up is going to be our drone team. Since this program was instituted in 2023 and really hit the ground heavy in 2024 and has continued to grow in 2025. Officer Ebright, Brandon Ramirez is out on the street right now, probably listening to us and probably going to try to make fun of Brant, but Brant's here and Maya also serves on our drone team as well. So, well, there he is. Oh, what can I do back?
Say making fun of who? Brant?
Yeah, Brandon.
Never even knew he had a first name.
No police officers.
Brandon is our coordinating officer for the team, so I'll turn it over to him. You got air?
No, I'm getting that. Alright, so this is 3 of the 4 of us, that's part of the Simsbury drone team. Officer Alexander is the 4th, he's not here this evening. So, there you go.
Nice.
You know.
Currently in our fleet, we still have the DJI M30T, our main big drone, and then we still have our interior Avata drone. On the M30, we did add a couple additions over the past couple years. We added a drop kit, where when it's hovering, we can actually drop items down to people. And then we also added a inflatable flotation device. So it's a CO2 compressed canister. Once it hits water, it'll actually expand into a flotation device. So if we have water rescues, we can help the fire department with that, especially if it's too far, like in a retention pond or something. It's a pretty useful tool. Nothing new on the Avata. We added 2 new lights to it to make it more efficient in building searches and clearing. Other than that, I'd say that's pretty much all we've added to these 2 drones. Costs, the 2025 costs, our main cost is still the air data subscription, where we can keep all of our flight paths, all of our data for all the drones in. Our M30T didn't cost anything for maintenance this past year. And then the Avata was $120, and those were for the new lights that we added to the actual device. They're pretty self-sufficient devices until you need batteries, but that's not, you don't need 4 sets of batteries every year. So our batteries are pretty healthy right now. So, yeah.
So, for the 2025 year, this is just a breakdown of all the calls that we have handled with the Avata and also the M30. It went, obviously you can see it through here. You go to the next slide. This picture, there. Okay. You might take this and the pictures.
So this is the future of the team. We're planning on adding a few drone operators. As most of you know, we did add on a few new hires, and we're looking to also see if we have some interest in the future drone operators. We are looking into a new drone traffic crash software and to acquire a new interior drone. Did that one do okay after the?
Yeah, so flying in the worst can be challenging sometimes, especially with low light. I was the last one to crash our interior and had a building collapse. It is beneficial to have a secondary drone available, so if that goes down, we can send another. I know throughout the county on call outs for the SWAT team, they utilize 2 interior drones. You can cover more area, but also if one goes down, you're still not dead in the water. So we were something we'll look into and cost and everything like that.
And with the drone traffic software, what that consists of is pretty much you can take overhead photos
it finds known distances, so therefore it can recuperate your the crash, everything from the debris to the vehicles and GPS maps everything. So if you have to recreate a call, you can place everything back exactly where it was. Yes.
So these are the type of, the next few slides will just be the type of examples that we have for the drone. The first one we have is the event security. One of the biggest that comes to mind was the Charlie Kirk Vigil. We provided alongside the Delaware Tactical Unit overhead coverage, overwatch on the surrounding area buildings, also on the vigil itself. So it was pretty useful in working in conjunction with the tactical team. So it provides a bird's eye view that you just can't get on the ground. So it's very useful for event security.
Do you have anything, can you go back to that one? One thing that I saw the full gamut of these images after the event, just to look at like number of people and, you know, visually, I saw people on the ground. I wanted to make sure it lined up with what we saw overhead. But I mean, if you can see that right side of the tree, what you can see with like the thermal is, you know, there's probably another like 50 people that you can't see right now, you know, with plain visibility, but with a thermal camera, you can't.
Yeah, with thermal, I mean, you could see in this alleyway, no problem. So that's the advantage of it, of even at night, that'll be clear as day on a thermal image, which is invaluable to us, especially in dark alleyways and unlit areas. We have countless times we found people in the dark that we would never have found if we didn't have a drone with thermal capabilities.
Okay.
The next slide we have was the FD assist, the most recent assist on the building flaps, the roof collapse on the square. Officer Ramirez here was able to fly our big drone around it. I was able to get the small drone on the outside, close to the interior, and then also inside the building, which gave FD, they said, pretty valuable information for how safe the structure was to send in people to start evaluating. So my thought process is if I can send in a drone that's, you know, to replace $500 versus a human being, it's not even a contest. So, and that's not just on FD assist, that's on barricades, anything like that. The next slide, I believe it is when we had the trench collapse on the new builds. The FD asked us to record the incident. We were able to give a bird's eye view of not only the traffic in the area where we need to do reroute traffic, but also just on where everybody's at the scene. So we have even more information we can relay back to the fire department.
So this is just a show traffic crash. This is a vehicle we had to go into the retention pond. Everybody was okay on this one. Just to get your view of it. You go next. So this is another thing we used all these drone for. We had a search, not a search warrant, we had an arrest warrant for an individual. We flew the drone up prior to knocking on their door. Once we knocked on the door, they ran out the back door, so I was able to let the other units know, hey, they went here. In this certain situation, Sergeant Holden had me vials looking for a baggie that she had thrown in the woods, which we were able to recover that and had drugs and narcotics in that also.
This final one, image was a mental health call. It was a person who wanted to harm themselves and then ran out the door and with no direction of travel. I was able to find them in the far left photo, walking in some random person's backyard, way off the roadway, so we would never have seen him from our cruiser. He actually popped a squat in someone's back porch there, which also becomes a safety issue for any of the homeowners. They don't know what's going on, and also officers who can't see them from the roadway. Then the farthest photo is actually him being taken into custody for to go for a mental evaluation. So everything worked out well in the end of that. And again, without the drone, we would probably never have found him. We don't know what he would have done himself with more time. So again, it was a fantastic tool to use, which may have saved a life. And now,
So I mean, really with our drone program, when this all started, the theme was simple. And hopefully you saw it in these photographs, not save lives.
I'll address one last thing. We don't have them in there, but if you guys look from the past years, our numbers kind of have declined a little bit as far as calls for it. And that's because we pretty much have residents in the county. Central Miller has a drone unit, that they carry the drones in their vehicle like us. Delaware County, they also carry the drone in the vehicle like us. So it's kind of set a precedence in the area. So far, our numbers have dwindled down just a little bit, but obviously we're still utilizing it well.
Any questions or comments?
I was just going to add one other comment. I mean, I know that they've also been helpful to our planning and engineering team as well, as they've taken the drone up to keep an eye on what's happening over at I-71 and the improvements that are happening there, and just other economic or other development projects that are occurring in the city. So yeah, again, appreciate all the work that they're doing. I know the fire department reached out to me and others, but certainly to say a big thanks as it related to the roof collapse. And I was there, saw them operating the drone. I've seen the video since then. It was definitely helpful, in terms of making a determination about, who, if anybody, could go back into the building to secure some, important data. So yeah, it's working in a lot of different ways. So really appreciate the efforts of the team.
I think it's a very, very wise investment. Kudos to City Council for supporting this, a couple of years ago, continuing to invest. Thank you for calling out your want to continue to invest by investing in other pilots and software and capabilities. I mean, you can hear it from me. I definitely support that. And the event security, I think, is just, anytime we have a large event, my blood pressure is a little bit up. I'm sure many of our first responders the same thing, but knowing that we have a presence overhead that most of the public is never aware of is just a sense of assurance that things are going well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to the teams for taking the time to put these together. Good job.
Yes, thank you. All right, so we'll be back in 2 weeks to have a couple of other divisions within the police department to report. So
Thank you. Any other items on the city manager report?
yep, that's it.
Any questions for Mr. Hennessy? All right, resolutions, no third reading, no second reading. We have a first reading, resolution number 2026.05. A resolution approving pavement management group relating to pavement assessment and pavement management services, reading only. We have an ordinance, third reading, ordinance number 2025.36 is tabled. There's a need to untable that, and I'll make that motion.
A second.
Second by Mrs. Cooper. Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
This is ordinance number 2025.36, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to execute a tax increment financing reimbursement agreement with Sunbury Development LLC. And just for a little bit more background, this is basically the road that is in front of Tim Newman's new building, and he has some other parcels that he's planning to develop or sell at some point. This is allowing for the funding of that roadway. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Cooper. Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
All right, no second readings. We have one first reading, ordinance number 2026.05, an ordinance providing for the employment of an assistant city manager, authorizing the city manager to execute an employment contract, declaring an emergency, looking to take action tonight. Anything you want to add in terms of?
No, I think unless you've got any questions, otherwise I think we're ready to proceed.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Second by Mr. Capel. Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
All right, I'll make a motion on the emergency. This is for 2026.05.
Second.
Second by Mr. Capel. Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
All right, ordinance number 2026.05. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Capel. I think this is going to be a great hire. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hennessy, you need support. We're here for you. Thank you. Roll call.
Thank you.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
All right, new and unfinished business, the Montrose Group LLC Advocacy Services. Anything you want to add, Mr. Hennessy?
I would just add, I mean, we've worked with the Montrose Group and have been working with the Montrose Group for a couple of years now. This narrows the focus a little bit to the services that they provide. It'll be for advocacy services, but it's just a reminder. I mean, they were instrumental in helping us secure $1 million+ grant for J.R. Smith Park, and the overall value or the overall cost of this is about $48,000 per year. So it feels like it's been a good investment.
I'd also say they've also helped us navigate scenarios that we don't know are going to come to fruition, like potentially the abolishment of property taxes in Ohio, like
Yeah.
keeping us in tune with what the state house is doing and what they're proposing across all the houses, because sometimes like we're hitting a moving target in terms of, you know, what rules are we playing within and what laws. So they've done a really good job with advocating on our behalf and making sure we have the information to operate effectively. You're looking
Is
for
this
a
something
motion?
we approve annually? Is that what?
We had a 2-year agreement with them
Oh,
and
okay.
so this is, just coming down.
This is a 2-year agreement?
I think this is 1 year, but I think it's an option to renew for another year.
And the other thing that changed is we are not utilizing them for economic development services anymore, only advocacy services at this point.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
All right, we've got a motion by Mrs. Cooper,
Second.
second by Mrs. Crawford. Discussion? Roll call.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
Next item, Park Enterprise Construction Company, Inc., Otis Street Stormwater Repair.
Yeah, so this is authorization to proceed with the repair. This exceeds the mayor's authority and my authority to spend, but this was an item that was in the budget. We talked about it at the services committee meeting. We had budgeted about 75,000, and we, after getting 3 proposals, this one again, a little over 20,000. So just asking for authorization to enter into the agreement.
I'll make a motion.
A motion by Mr. Capel,
Second.
second by Mr. Grumney. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion approved.
Any new or unfinished business, Mr. Long?
None.
Mr. Grumney?
Nope.
Mr. Capel? Mrs. Cooper?
Not tonight.
Mrs. Crawford?
Nope.
I don't have anything new or unfinished either. Next meeting, March 4th, 7:30 PM. Anybody?
52 degrees and sunny.
Oh, that'll be.
There was so much snow out there.
Oh, that's
Remember
fine.
in 2 weeks ago, there was so much snow that we could barely get to our cars.
Thank goodness. We're turning.
Any given day in Ohio.
I will, as a reminder, I will not be here for that meeting. Yeah.
You tell us now.
Votes. No. Be here?
I should be here, yes.
Okay, good deal. All right, sounds good. All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Second by Mrs. Crawford. Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor St. John?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Grumney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?